Oh man, it's time, Nico.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. Oh god, my back. I've been recording too, so that's about to be in there if I don't edit it out. Like, how lazy do I want to get with this one? Just got like the back vocals of me flushing the toilet and shit. Alright, so, before I decided to flip on the mic, we were having a conversation about is he a veteran? Veteran
I'd definitely
YouTube?
say a veteran.
he's definitely got like a YouTube Purple Heart at this point. So basically, for those of y'all that don't know, Onision is like one of those old school YouTubers that was there since the beginning of time. He came up off of what he was doing,
I think he was making a lot of content where like he'd like Google image search something and just make fun of it. Like, do you remember watching those videos? And then he started making like fun of like fat women, like doing body shaming videos where women would like send video or like pictures of themselves to him, and he would like publicly shame them.
I remember like he was really early on to like doing the toxic shit before it was like the toxic era. Yeah. But I think like even before that, he blew up off of, because I remember I watched a video where they were talking about his come up. He came up off of like that song. You ever seen the banana? So basically, like, he dressed up in a banana costume and made a song called "I'm a Banana," and that's just like the whole hook is just him saying "I'm a banana." It was like the cringy. It was like the champest thing.
Could we watch it?
And he was like I mean, I guess we could watch it if it doesn't fuck up the audio. But like, I'm pretty sure he was like still grown man age. So it's like, why are you doing that shit?
Like early 20s.
Yeah, but like basically, Onision is fast forward to now, like, well, I mean, like, we could talk about the toxic era too, because like he was fat shaming a lot of people. He was clowning that one girl for being anorexic and not eating. Like, he paid so many of his bills off of just clowning that one girl. Like if she would have killed herself off that shit, I would have 100% understood, because like he was really going in on her. And then when Leafy and them started coming up, that's where his content revolved around. And then he started beefing with like people like Shane Dawson, and he was making content off that. Basically,
he's making content off of like Leafy and all them.
Yeah, because like they were going at it for a while.
Leafy was making a lot of videos about Onision. I think that's really how I like first kind of.
Yeah, because I didn't know who he was until all that shit started coming.
Like, I've definitely seen some of his videos beforehand,
but it wasn't entertaining enough to like tap into what he's got, and I'm glad I didn't. But yeah, so then like he started beefing with Shane Dawson. Like basically, like he's like a leech. What did we say? He was like a train wreck that like you just keep. No, we said that about Trisha.
I don't know her last name. Like the layer of cum challenge girl.
Have you been paying attention to the Chris Hansen shit? Cause like, so basically, I guess his past caught up to him or whatever, and he was like accused to be grooming, or not accused, but yeah, I guess he was like grooming some girls.
Like numerous. I think like this one chick said he was like grooming up to like 6 to 10 different like girls.
And like one of them was like,
yeah, like the most like famous case right now was like this chick who was like, this is back I want to say like 6 years ago, a little less than 6. Like, this chick was 14 and was a big Onision fan, like comment on his videos, and so like he started grooming her the young ripe age of 14.
Wow. That's not funny. That's not.
Wow, he was like in his mid-20s, and it went all the way up until she's now legally 18, and I don't know, like he's 33, 34 now.
Yeah. He's 34, and then like, so basically but this shit has been going on for a while. Like, how long is this case? Because like he's been having these mental breakdowns for like 6 whole months. Like, at what point is the court?
I thought he was always doing these mental break. Like, this is kind of new to me that this is like a new thing.
Because I don't think he like, cause these past videos that he's been having, that everybody just keeps like making videos on. I don't think he was, because this is just like. because we were talking about it, it's like after this, where do you go in terms of like your career?
Well, he's already started making a couple of content, like the high hay and oops.
Making the little geographic game videos. But I'm trying to think of like, because we did this shit so naturally before, and now it's just like
we just gotta tune into one and watch it. It will come to us.
You gotta see if mental breakdown and shit.
Yeah, we just gotta watch the compilation. Is the Chris Hansen or the Onision calls 911? Is that only like 40-something seconds long?
Yeah, we could watch that.
Yeah, I want to see this.
Like the fact that Chris Hansen actually got involved in this shit is pretty wild.
You think Chris Hansen's just trying to chase some clout?
I feel like he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. Like this is like kind of like marketing for him. But yeah, he's one of those people that like he dug himself in such a hole that like when the mental breakdowns are up and nobody cares about him anymore, it's like where do you go from there? Because you can't get a real job after all this extra shit.
Yeah,
especially with like all these cases and shit on your head.
It's kind of crazy. He's just made a whole YouTube career off of being a shitty person.
And he's been able to do it for 10 plus. Yeah. Like you gotta give him some props. At the end of the day, he's been having a solid career for
but this shit's gotta start draining you eventually. You know, like 1 to 2 years of just being a shitty person and hating like everyone around you.
No, it definitely plays a toll in like your overall like mental health and shit.
Feel free to grab some if you want.
Alright, but appreciate it. It definitely plays a toll in like your mental health, and I mean like we're seeing it right now. You see like the fucking videos that's getting recommended to us. Just
go past the one ad break. Oh yeah.
This shit went on for. Is this a different one?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, because he actually has clothes on.
Was the video of him dancing around his dog in this compilation, or was that a separate
that was a newer one. It didn't make the compilation.
Maybe
they're gonna have to make a part 2 and throw that one in there, God.
We saw this part too.
God. It's like it's gotten to the point where like once you've seen one, you've practically seen them all at this point. It's
no, don't say that. This is innovative content creation here.
God, it's just like he's been on a 6-month streak of just recording himself out mental breakdowns. That's what we were talking about. We were talking about how he's giving himself too much credit, that this was just acting. And it's like, nah, there's a little truth to like the way that you're like there's a little truth to the way that you're acting on camera. That's the craziest thing about it. It's like you're watching like a grown man
act to like
no, like you're watching him like self-destruct. Yeah. And just can't keep tuning into this shit. It's like where do you go from here? And then how did he lose his shirt so fast? He just ducked down and it was missing.
He's not just a content creator and an actor. He's an editor too. You know, he does that little camera flick and bam, he got no shirt.
I think that. Oh shit! That's what we were talking about too. Damn, I was just thinking about it and then I forgot it. We were talking about the fact that we were talking about the fact that a lot of these were genuine as hell. Like that he was like having these breakdowns on the internet. And then he was like, all right, I need an alibi. Like, well, why am I acting this way? Oh, it's just acting. And then he started, like, taking the acting shit a little too serious.
Building an ego around it.
And then a lot of these just started getting really forced. And it was like, all right, like, these are already hard enough to watch. But now it's just like, a lot of these are pretty fucking...
Where did he start? Like, what was the first video where he started breaking down?
it was like I'm pretty sure it was like 6 months ago. Like we were going through all of the timeline and everything. This was like, it's like a part of me. I don't want to say feels bad for him, but like,
no, don't say that.
But like if you take out the fact that it's him and it's just like you see it would be like a random person like.
I think if I saw any random person uploading 6 months worth of videos of them breaking down in this fashion.
He made his own documentary. This shit only got 40.
How long is it?
16 minutes.
Can we watch it?
We're about to be his only.
This man wrote like a book, and it had horrible school shooter vibes in the whole thing. We have to watch a video about that.
Somebody was reading a book and it had school shooter.
No, he wrote a book.
Oh, he wrote a book?
Yeah, he wrote a book.
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah.
Let's get right into the plot of the story of the Banana King. This is the...
Did he used to go by the Banana King?
Because remember he had the one.
Yeah.
God, that song. Like. Because I think he started off genuine, and he was just like aiming towards like having a kid audience. And
I don't know, like his like beginning content still seemed like pretty cynical, you know, where he was like a shitty person and like just really rude to like certain people, but people like didn't mind it.
No, but I think like super early on, like when like around the time like when YouTube was just starting and shit, I think he was going the skits route like Shane Dawson did.
Yeah.
And he went this route like really early on.
They took my money. What?
Oh yeah, because no, because they shut down his Patreon. Like enough people request
people taking his money. That's
I mean, it's kind of taking his money. Like
I don't know,
enough people send a request and then they get his Patreon shut down. It's like, especially because like YouTube is like the shit doesn't really pay you, so it's like Patreon is like a good source of income. Even if
you should get a real job instead of screaming on a camera.
Hey man, sometimes you gotta hold it down to make the dream a reality. Sometimes you gotta just make it work. I mean, if the money talks, I guess it is a real job. Now, you know how, like, YouTube demonetizes whole channels?
No.
So, like...
You can't get any money from YouTube anymore?
Like, if they went and demonetized his whole channel, where does he go from there?
Homeless.
That's pretty much like, yeah, because it's like when the internet shit, for somebody in this case, when the internet shit doesn't work anymore, and you can't do it anymore, where exactly do you go from there? Because you're just all over the internet. Time to get some plastic surgery and start off fresh.
What is this?
Is he doing blackface?
I think it's like an age problem that people have.
He's interviewing himself in blackface, Nico?
I'm so confused. This just looks demented. Like...
What the fuck are we watching?
Yeah, he's about to turn 25.
Right, well, about to turn 25 is not actually 25.
But his face moving around doesn't look natural.
And we were talking too about how like the newer videos where like he was having like
profound ideas and shit, like the wow, or I mean the oops.
Yeah, the hey hi and oops videos. He I said something yesterday, like if he was doing this the whole time, he might not be like as big as he is, but he would have like a solid following, you know? Like he would
don't know. He's had a solid following for 10+ years.
No, but I mean like he would have a genuine following, you know? Like people wouldn't hate him as much as he did if you, because he seemed like a sane person, but like we were also talking about, he's probably doing that just for the sake that like people are, like the lawyers are watching this shit. But like, how much does he really care if he went 6 whole months with just breaking down on camera?
I don't think he'd care at all.
Yeah.
I think he's completely content with what he's doing.
Yeah.
I don't think he was very sane to start with either, or else he wouldn't be making content like this.
Yeah. He's really doing blackface. And what's crazy is that
Looks like a Snapchat filter shit, doesn't it?
no, he definitely put some melanin on his face, some artificial melanin on his face. But what's crazy is that he's doing blackface right now, but nobody cares. Like nobody cares enough about Onision to make it a big deal that he did blackface.
Yeah.
That's how you know. That's how you know you've like hit the absolute bottom when you do something controversial like this and still nobody cares. Like if your only goal is to seek attention, that's got to be crazy. I think that's what I'm trying to get at. Like before, what the fuck? Like I still have my goals and everything with like the stuff that I do on the internet to get it to like the levels that I needed to and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But like I'm way past the point of even being like a fraction of like this hungry for clout, you know?
Yes.
Like I'm really not ever trying to be this desperate for attention in my
Losing
life.
yourself in your content.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this shit?
As a result, Onision released video warning these
I don't know if this is just like if I should give him props for this being like a pretty well put together video, because like
This documentary?
it's got its theme, you know, like he put effort into this. Like you can't just knock it for the fact that like he obviously tried with this shit, you know.
Oh no, if you saw like a video like this,
But it's not like him just like recording himself throwing up and shit, you know. Like he put effort into this. It's just, what is this?
well, I don't
exactly?
even know if this is much. Like we're comparing like two polar opposites, you know. A video of him on his phone throwing up and screaming versus, you know, him walking around and documenting his life. He's kind of got a nice crib though.
Yeah. Like if I was that mentally unstable, I would definitely move to the woods, be secluded.
So you don't harm anyone.
Yeah, and just like all the traffic and shit, and just like suburban life wouldn't get me down even more.
more than ever before in the current year. The following clip is another exclusive.
All right, we need to see another breakdown video. Like this is, Onision. I don't. Wow, I feel like we watched that one. And that was like, I think this was around the time. Damn,
What?
8 years ago.
Onision deleted video.
Because remember, this is one of those cases that they would bring
Was
up
this
every single
like
time
one of
they would
his
talk about
ex-wives?
Onision. Yeah, so
Was this the video where he was throwing all this shit at her?
yeah, and then so basically, like, I guess she had lied to him about smoking weed. No, that was a different girl. That was a different girl. So he abused this girl, and then there was the one with the blue hair
Yeah.
that like she lied to him about smoking weed.
But
and
they're
then-
still together now, that one.
that one.
Yeah, the chick with the blue hair, I'm pretty sure she decided to be non-binary for a while, and then like she's turning into a he, like transitioning.
Where does he find these girls? Like, why are they all
Oh, like, I was hearing something like he probably had a lot to do with having her transition. Cause like did you hear like how Onision would like make girls dress up as guys all the time, like these younger girls that he was trying to like impress on?
No.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
God.
So like I'm not saying like she had no, you know, mind to her own on this decision to making herself a he,
Yeah.
but I don't know. You're just not sure in an unstable relationship with Onision what's going on.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. He's so deep in the rabbit hole. But yeah, like he was talking about his videos was like 98% this. Like nobody wants to see him make a comeback. And
No one wants to see him do good.
I don't think he deserves it because he's
been a scumbag for 10 plus years.
Yeah. Like it's one thing to do something wrong. Like, you know, have like one mistake or one lapse of judgment or whatever.
Yeah, but
this has been going on for far too long.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, because even like when the girl lied about smoking weed to him, he was like, all right, well, you have to post a video saying that you're sorry while shaving your head, and just like the most obscure, like the most foul shit for an apology. And then he was abusing that girl, and then he did the one video where he was like rating a bunch of 15-year-olds, like 14-year-olds.
I thought like this was like a normal thing. I think that he did.
Yeah, no, that was like a normal thing of content, and like everybody let that shit slide. That was what was crazy about it.
Because it was girls who were submitting it to get reviews.
Yeah, but
so
I mean, like
they were
also way too young to be.
Yeah, and he'd kind of be sexualizing a lot of them too.
Like even like how I'd be doing like the roast videos or whatever. I don't really do it so much now because it's like I would talk about how like you put yourself in that bad of a headspace, like it catches up to you eventually. Like sometimes I'll be like feeling angrier than usual, so I'm like let me not be toxic. Like let me get some of the toxicity out of my life, like shit. But like there would be like little kids that would be like sending me pictures of their friends and be like, "Can you roast him?" And I'm like,
"What?"
Even if I wanted to, for whatever reason, like this is just like I don't feel right doing it.
Yeah.
It's like the age gap is so off that like you're so young that like you couldn't even defend yourself.
And
if you
imagine
wanted
like
to.
something like happens where like that video gets really popular, and then like this 8-year-old starts getting bullied at school because he roasted him online.
It's so many repercussions. It's like so many.
Like it could spiral out of control where someone commits like I'm sure like so many of these girls that he's like publicly shamed and gotten like hundreds of thousands of views for doing.
Honestly, that's probably a good handful of his legal cases because like even that scenario, like I feel like somebody would try to sue me if I did that shit, like the parents or whatever. Like I would definitely try to sue somebody if they were bullying my kid.
I don't understand how he's like managed
I don't know,
to get so many
bro,
like women and people in his life and be
yeah,
like addicted to like why do people want to like revolve around this person?
yeah. Like what is so special about him that like people are giving him the time of day?
Oh no, you know there's like women who talk about like like I'd love to talk to a murderer, like someone a psychopath, like they're
I could
interesting.
change them like shit.
Yeah, that's probably how they view Onision. I can change him.
God, what would you do if you were a father? And you go on no. Well, actually, we'll do two scenarios. All right, so you're a father, and your daughter brings you a video of a grown man like Onision rating her, and she doesn't understand like
how creepy and
she doesn't understand what's wrong with it. She's just like, look, I was on my favorite YouTuber's channel.
I was on my favorite YouTuber. He was talking about how cute I was, and I had a little button nose, and yeah, he's only 32, but you know.
I don't know what I would do, because I'm definitely not like. As much as I'd want to be one of those parents that, like, you know, I'd go over there and, like, you know, a lot of people, like, go to the extreme and, like
probably, like, talk to Onision.
No, like, they would come there with a shotgun and shit. Like, I'm not about to risk my freedom, but, like, I don't know.
I feel like you could get something like that on the news pretty easy. Like, imagine, like, getting, like, Onision on the news. That shit would be crazy.
Yeah. He's probably like. How do you think that man goes to sleep?
I don't know.
Do you think Eddie
screaming? I think every time he does one of those like videos of a breakdown, he's like, "All right, yeah, time for bed."
Because with the people like this that has like a long rap sheet of just like doing shitty things, I feel like initially when they have so much clout off this shit,
That doesn't phase them.
it doesn't it just
Like it justifies.
it
the
enables
behavior.
the bad decisions or whatever, and they don't think about it, but then like they hit like a rough patch in the views, and then it's like, fuck, I've been a horrible person this whole time, but there's no going back at this point because like
So
I've
let's
already
call it acting and put it on a video called "Oops."
oops, my acting was too good, guys, I'm sorry. Sorry guys, my acting was a little too good. But yeah, that's rough. I mean,
Maybe
you
he
put
just
him-
started doing the breakdowns once that Joker movie came out. Like, it really inspired him to be someone.
I don't know. I just like when the Chris Hansen stuff is up and people are back to not giving him the time of day.
Has Chris Hansen done any new videos?
He did the one where he went to his house that we watched, and then basically like he just does live stream after live stream, like
Yeah.
interviewing people that's been in Onision's life.
How many has he done now?
I mean, he's got like a whole series of just like consistent content off of it, so you know it's enough.
Let me look. I'm kind of curious. Because I'd kind of show the, like, amount of, like, girls he's groomed.
Yeah.
But is grooming illegal? I'm going to have to search that up, too. Chris Angel. You remember Chris Angel?
Chris Angel, that was the magician, right?
Yeah. He kind of looks like Onision. Maybe just because he has long hair. So, yeah, no, we shouldn't be calling him Onision. We should be calling him Gregory.
Oh yeah, this feel is up like shit. You know exactly who you are. I got bad news for you.
Jesus, he's live streamed so much.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I think that's his means of content. Like, he doesn't like have a.
Yeah, but like this is all like looking into Onision. Hold on, Hansen live. Let's see. So there's Sarah with Shiloh, Regina. With, I think that's Billy. I'm not gonna click the whole to see. So that's 4 girls. Hold on, I gotta click this one. With Haley, that's 5. With how do you say that word? How do you say that name?
Ayala Karina or something.
Okay, so that's what, 6 girls with. This is like forums now. Okay. Oops. With
We're having like a way more.
Lane, that's 7 girls. With Beck, that's 8. With Erica, that's. That don't even. Yeah, okay, maybe Erica's not on Onision. I don't know. So that's 8.
So there's been 8 people that he's been like fucking up.
I mean, like, there's 8 people that Chris Hansen has interviewed about Onision that are women.
Yeah. For somebody like him, this is the ceiling. Like the shit that he's doing right now.
Though.
Because you can't, like, there's no transition to the mainstream or nothing like that. Like, this is really it. Type shit.
Is grooming illegal? The act of grooming a child may include activities that are legal, but later lead to sexual contact. The grooming is done to gain the child's trust and the trust of one responsible for the child. Children are less likely to report a crime if it involves someone the child knows, trusts, or cares about.
What did you look up?
Is child grooming illegal?
Is it?
It said the activities can be legal, but if it's sexual contact, then no.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about too. Like, if he was doing this for so long, he would have to be on like every conversation would be on thin ice. But it's like,
Yeah, but like-
if the minute that girl turned 18, that they were already with it, like, you know, they had to have been planning this shit out prior.
And like, okay, it'd be one thing, like if it was one girl that he was grooming, You know, like, it'd be, like, scummy, and you'd look down upon it, but you couldn't really do anything. But to, like, think that there's, like, 8 different, like, girls that he was grooming that were, like, underage at, like, a period of time or something.
Yeah.
There's just, I don't know. That should be illegal.
Yeah. It's an interesting life.
What a lucky guy.
Would you kill yourself if you had this life? I'd definitely consider it. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, honestly, he's probably made a decent amount of money. Like, he could just leave the country, go somewhere else, start new, and, like, have a happy life.
You think he's
not have to record breakdown after breakdown?
You think he was smart with the money?
No. I don't
I
know.
mean,
what
his house doesn't seem that extravagant, but I also don't. I mean, he's been fairly consistent, but he also fell off for a while. Yeah. If I was somebody like him, and I had the money, I would just disappear from the face of the earth. Like, I would go and live the most simplest life for the rest of my days. Playing zombies while they girls at a party, dog. You're worried about the wrong train. God damn. God damn. Trying to get some sleep.
Oh.
How long have we been doing this for? What else have we? Damn, we've been 37 minutes. What else? What else have we been? Should we just end it right there?
Yeah. What? Why is this on Twitter?
You never miss.
God damn it.
How many times do you think Onision's been missing with the content? He doesn't miss.
He never misses.
Alright, we'll just end it right there.
Baby, I can't go on, so I gotta tell you when I write this song. So I gotta tell you when I write this song. So I gotta tell you when I write this song. Baby, I can't go on, so I gotta tell you when I write this song. So I gotta tell you when I write this song. So I gotta tell you when I write this song.